Now I'm back opposite the Art Museum, and I think we're on Michigan Street. No, we're on Wisconsin Avenue. Now we're gonna go check out some of the buildings. Now, the architecture down here is just absolutely breathtaking, and obviously Milwaukee was, and still is, an immigrant city, and a lot of the architecture shows that, and Milwaukee's been around for, obviously, quite some time. So, let's go check out some of the cooler buildings in downtown, in the commercial section. Now, in all honesty, I do not know what building this is, but it too is right there on Wisconsin Avenue, only about, not even a block away from the Art Museum, obviously on the east side. And this building, 1912, obviously Roman columns of some sort, Corinthian, Dorian, whatever it is. So let's go see what else we can find. Here we have the Municipal Federal Court building, I think. Also awesome. Here we have the Pfister Hotel. Obviously, it's a hotel, and it's a bit pricey, and they do all sorts of nifty conference stuff. But the cool thing about it is that there's a bar all the way up there. And the cool thing about it is free access. They've got some really cool things on the inside, like structure-wise. However, you can get all the way up into the bar and walk around the bar for absolute free. No money, no bar tab, no nothing. And let me tell you, the view is awesome. Now, in all honesty, this doesn't look like a very impressive building. However, on the corner of Michigan and Water, which is 1 block south of Wisconsin, where we were a minute ago, and about 3 or 4 blocks west of there, is now what's called the Grand Avenue Club, which is a non-profit that helps those who've experienced mental illness get kind of back on track. But this is the oldest commercial building in Milwaukee that is still standing. I believe it's 1840s, 1850s, and it's so old that its electrical system is actually still connected to this building over here. That is not part of the Grand Avenue Club and not part of that anymore, but when anybody has to service either building, they all have to go to the same location in the bottom of this building. It's kind of neat. It also turns out that this was originally a bank. I think you can see it. Yep, right there. It was originally a bank, and what's really cool, and it turns out that back in the 50s, I think, no, early 60s, late 50s, early 60s, President Lincoln actually came down here and gave a speech a little bit west of here, but came down here to either that, which what I think was also a bank, or to this building here to go to the bank, and deposited a check. No kidding. And there's actually a room in the Grand Avenue Club called the Lincoln Room. It was called that when it was a bank. So most of us there, we believe he actually cashed his check here. On our last leg of the tour for today, at least, my feet are getting a little tired. We're gonna stop by City Hall, and apparently it's not the original City Hall, but it has been City Hall in Milwaukee for most of the time. I think it became City Hall back in the 1800s still. So let's go check out this building, and I'm sure you guys are all going to think this one's wicked cool from the inside. And now, just outside of City Hall. And I'm not quite sure why they did this the way they did this, but either way, it's still wicked cool that the entrance is covered by this huge marble setup. where the mouth of each of these archways, one shows just outside the Pabst Theater. This side, well, that's just the parking structure. And then I'm not sure. But we are on wells and water, about 3 blocks north of Wisconsin and Michigan. So let's go inside and see some of the really cool stuff. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking because it's a public building, and there's lots of work going on, being that it's City Hall. But I'm in the elevator now, and you'll have to check out some of this stuff, so let's go check it out.
8th floor, City Attorney. Going down.
Here's the cool part. We're 8 floors up. That's first floor. Huge tile setup. You can actually see some of the tiles. Yeah, 8 floors up. And like I said, it's totally public. So you can come in here most days and check it out. So, that was at least a little look at what Milwaukee has to offer for free. Sometime coming soon, we'll hit up some other places like the Public Museum, the Public Library, and just a few other buildings totally free. See you then.